Hello, Western Oregon sports fans, and welcome to this recap edition of Wolves Weekly. Joining me today, head football coach Arn Ferguson. How are you doing today, Arn?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. You guys made another pretty long journey this last weekend to Abilene Christian.
Yep.
Faced another top-ranked team in the country. They were number 11 last week. Have jumped up to number 10 this week. Talk to me a little bit about this contest.
First of all, Abilene Christian, we knew they were fast going in. Down at their place, they're really fast. 3 or 4 receivers that we saw just glimpses of were getting a little bit of sparing time. All of a sudden end up starting or playing a significant role that were really fast receivers. Probably since I've been in Western, the overall speed of the running backs, the receivers, is the fastest team we've faced to date.
And really, that maybe was a little bit of the story of the game right there. It seemed like you guys played them pretty tight. Actually, it was a pretty competitive game. We'll get back to maybe the details on that one. But it felt like they did that speed came through for them in a couple big plays.
Yeah, their punt returner had 2 big punt returns. One was questionable. We thought his knee was down. In fact, we know it was down. The rest missed it, and that happens in football. But the other one is he's up the sideline, makes 3 or 4 people miss on a delayed punt and buys a lot of time, and all of a sudden he's gone. So give credit to the punt returner. He's a very good athlete, and he made things happen, and we have to get better on our punt coverage.
Talk to me a little bit about that first half, I guess, there. You guys were, until that questionable punt return, it was 14-14 going in, and you guys were moving the ball up and down the field and really playing them pretty well defensively as well.
Well, first of all, offensively, we're very excited the progress they've made on a very good, tough opponent. We know that one of their DNs will be an All-American, is what we've been told. Real good linebackers and a good secondary. We thought our receivers played their best game to date, even though we could have caught some more balls. We thought our quarterbacks played very well. And we thought our O-line really got some things going for Kenny Haynes. He did a nice job of stepping in. So really, pleased with the progress we made against a very good opponent there. Defensively, there's times we're spot on to the point and keeping a very explosive offense at containing them, and then all of a sudden a couple mistakes or a half a step late here, and all of a sudden there's a big play. And the same thing with special teams. And
talk about the offense right there. Evan Mazzocchi throws for 365 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game. 2 of the wide receivers, Trevor Gates and Josh McFarland, both go over 100 yards receiving. That's pretty nice to see.
Well, first of all, Josh McFarland had his fastest game he's ever had. He came up and he's getting better the last 2 or 3 weeks and playing with more confidence. And all of a sudden he runs by their very good corner, and the corner didn't even come close to catching him. So it's nice to see him have that extra burst that we know it's always been there, but able to have that confidence and use it in the game. And then Trevor Gates, that young man has been very steady. He's very crucial at times. We're hoping some people can not take him away in the future, but he's been the guy that's been made big plays after big plays, and it's more the timing, the crucial situations. So have 2 receivers over 100 yards and have McFarland step up with the level of Gates is very good for our offense.
Fantastic. I just want to, as you mentioned right there, Mazzocchi had a very good game, and Gates did that as well, and you guys were able to hit a couple big plays, especially the 73-yarder to Josh McFarland. But maybe the more impressive thing was you guys marched down the field 2 different drives of 90-plus yards to get touchdowns. That was pretty impressive there.
Yeah, and it's more the consistency of our O-line and quarterback and receivers getting better. Our running backs are also getting better. We still feel that we have not seen the best of our running backs yet, and waiting for that day to come here, and hopefully this week coming up.
Fantastic. We'll get on to this week a little bit more, but just as you said, you guys played, I also thought, a pretty clean game in there. You guys had one turnover early, but other than that, there was no turnovers. You guys went back and forth with them. Yeah,
McFarland caught a nice ball early and tried to get some extra yards. He's got to learn to get both hands on it in traffic, and they ripped it away from him. And otherwise, I thought our offense had good momentum. We had a possibility of getting points there. Also defensively, we feel that Gavin Drake faced his best opponent and played his best, and really played like hopefully an All-American will play, because he played extremely fast and physical, tipped some balls. I mean, he was all over the place.
Fantastic. Well, I'm hoping you guys can carry this momentum in this next week to Central Washington. You guys will be going up to Ellensburg. We'll actually be coming back a little later this week with the preview edition of Wolves Weekly as we talk about Central Washington. But thank you very much for joining me in studio today, Arn. And thank you all for watching this edition of Wolves Weekly.